Okay, awesome. So today I'm just gonna do a market analysis, market breakdown from the higher time frames to the lower time frames. I'm doing gold, US30, and Nasdaq. Those are my top pairs that will be trading this week. So let's just see what we have. Let me just erase everything. As you can see, I always love starting from the monthly. The monthly just gives me that overall picture of what will actually happen. If you guys can maybe do me a favor and just like mute your mics. I know we like not a lot of people here, but just mute your mics so that there's no like background noise. Thank you. Anyway, so I'll be having something like this, right? Because I always trade trends within trends, right? Like I trade channels, basically. Yeah, that's I trade channels. So that's what I have, right? So I see this bearish channel happening over here, right? This on the monthly, let's go on the weekly. The weekly show me something similar, right? So I'm just trying to draw it more accurately so that you guys can see the picture that I'm actually trying to show you guys. So, okay, just draw it more accurately on the table. But as you can see, I'm basically just seeing a bearish channel, right? So we know there's more selling momentum in the bearish channel than buying momentum, right? So I'm gonna draw my obvious, that's my recent low. I would like draw it here, as you can see that has been respected like a specific type of support, but I like to stick with that. This is in my back, at the back of my mind, but I like to stick it to the recent low, you know, because I'm trading price action, the most recent price action, right? Likewise for here, we could have resistance zone over here, but I stick it to the most recent, you know, because I just want to get more accurate. So as you can see, there's a probability that we might be in over here, right? As you can see, this was a channel, like we spoke about this last week ago. Yeah, we spoke about this last week. This was a channel, right? And the channel has been broken, right? Yes, it has been broken. As you can see, a nice retest. I'm anticipating more selling momentum to the downside, right? And how we always trade, we trade a push impulse to the downside, and then we wait for the first correction, and then we anticipating another push to the downside, impulse move, but we always enter upon the correction, correct? So at this moment, I'm looking for nice corrections, right? So let's go to the lower time frames. So at this moment, we can see. So let's just throw this again. We've indicated our low, right? And at this moment, we can see a nice breakout happening, right? So we know the channel has been broken. So we just delete everything because it's irrelevant now. We're not gonna need it. This is an old trend. Never mix old trends with new trends, right? So we saw a push to the downside, which is obviously this, and this is our correction, right? So we can go on the 1 hour. Let's go into deeper on that correction because we want to trade on this correction. And you guys now have two entry criteria, right? So my first one is obviously the third touch. The second one is the breakout, right? So let's just jot down this correction. So we have something like this, right? And then we have another something like this. This would be a nice correction. And this is a nice bear flag, right? So I would be waiting for something like this to happen tomorrow. A nice third touch. Then to the downside, that will be my go-to setup, right? So if I see something like that, the market is approaching these areas over here, right? As you can see, I like this was the high of this correction, right? I like the market to break that high, you know, making it a high and breaking back below, right? Then I know, okay, cool. Let me just show you guys what I mean. So I like the market to actually break that high, right? Give us a nice third touch, break below that, and it's on the 15-minute or even on the 5 minutes, you can wait for a nice mini correction and then just continue with that trend all the way to the downside. So that will be my first entry. As you can see, will just be like just about here. Stop loss will be like not even that much. You can have it your eight pip stop loss there around 10 if you want to be on the safe side, you know, and then we can just take it all the way to the downside to that low, right? That low that's right over there, the previous low, right? We can take it there. And my second entry would be like this, right? If I don't get something like that, I'll be waiting for the market to actually do something like this. I'll show you. Nice breakout, right? Breakout. Go on the 15-minute or the 5 minute to see the first correction because I always enter on the correction. So I wait for that breakout, wait for a small correction, tight flag or whatever, and then boom, I'll be taking that trade over here, right? So that's basically it. Small correction, breakout, a correction, and then we move into the downside. That's basically all that I would be looking for, you know. So yeah, that's what I have on gold. But as you can see, it's picture perfect. Um, so like that impulse, correction, anticipating the impulse, right? So we're gonna be on our waiting games. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's go to US30. Yeah. So Friday, I wasn't really analyzing US30 that much, you know. I just saw a setup, but like, and I just posted it, but I took a L on that trade as well. But let's just go into depth right now. So delete everything. So we don't need to go on the monthly or the daily. I mean the monthly or the weekly, you know, because we know, look at this momentum here. It's bullish, right? It's been bullish. Okay. So for me, I like trading the most recent price, right? So other traders, they would have a line like from over here to wherever. Like, let me just do that. They would have something like this, which is also relevant, but I don't trade like that, you know. So they have something like that, right? But which they will obviously be waiting for the market to come here, then move to the upside, right? Waiting for that third touch. That is relevant, you know. But for me, I just want to be, I want to know what's happening currently with the market, right? So currently with the market, we can see we had this three touches, right? This first, second, and then we had a third touch, right? So like 2 weeks ago, we anticipated this third touch over here and actually bought here, right? So that was nice. But now, recently, we can see it actually has been it broke, right? So there's a lot of things that can happen at this moment, right? But let me just show you guys something. Let's go on the 4 hour. Let me show you guys something. So at this moment, right, I'll be very patient because I'm used to taking buys on US30 themselves, you know. So at this moment, I can see something like this approaching, right? So from this zone, we're going to have to see how the market opens. So from the zone, the market could be buying, right? The market could be buying, right? Could be giving something like that, retest, and then move to the downside, right? We could be expecting something like that, or the market could actually, this trend could be like an old trend, and then the market could be actually buying again because this is a bullish market, right? Then the market, like the overall momentum from the monthly and the weekly, even the daily shows bullish momentum, right? So there's a possibility where this could actually happen. So the market could respect this whole zone as a double bottom and actually skyrocket back to the upside, you know? That's what I will actually be waiting for. But if we see some more, if we see more momentum to the downside, like from this point over here, right? As we saw on gold, the impulse correction, impulse anticipating the next impulse. So if we see some more momentum here, then I will be waiting for that first correction, then move to the downside, right? That's it, guys. That's plain and simple. But at this moment, I will just be very patient and actually see how the market opens with US30, you know. So yeah, for me, I like buys more than sells when it comes to like US30 and Nasdaq because I've been more profitable with buys than sells of the from the day I started trading, you know. So yeah, this internet is a little bit slow. So that's basically it that I haven't used 30. Let's go on Nasdaq. Let's see what Nasdaq has installed. So yeah, let's go on the daily on Nasdaq. So as you can see, Nasdaq has a similar setup, right? So at this moment, let's take the, like, you can have these two touches if you would like to, but that's like, it's like way, it's like it's too late for me. It's like, that's not most recent, you know. I want to focus on what is happening right now. So I would look at these two touches first of all, you know, because it looks beautiful. So I would anticipate Nasdaq to come over here and then move to the upside, right? If we don't get that, I would anticipate Nasdaq to come to this structure over here, to this trend line basically, and then move to the upside. But we always look at momentum and how price actually moves, right? So the same as US30, I'm looking for something, you know. I'm looking for more momentum, right? But at this moment, I can see there's more bearish momentum. So even if I do like take this whole trade to the downside. I want something like this to happen. As you can see that impulse, right? I want a correction to happen and then moving to the downside. Let me just try to do this move accurately or move perfectly. Okay, cool. I would want more momentum to the downside. And I would be waiting for something like this. Correction pattern. Targeting over here. Right? And that's basically it. Plain and simple, you know, no complicated, no nothing. I don't want to make my charts messy. I don't want to do complications. This is all. If I don't see this, then I'm not trading it, guys. I've been trading this strategy for a long time, and the best way to actually trade the strategy is to be actually patient within the market. You know, don't overtrade. Don't trade stuff that you don't see. Right? Trade what you see, and you will be profitable. So at this moment, that's all I see. It's going on 1 hour. We see if there's something more. Yeah, I still see the same thing. You see, this is impulse. It's too impulsive. So I would wait for a correction, you know, the first correction, giving me something like this, maybe a continuation correction, something like that, maybe. All right. If only if I wouldn't suggest it. It's too early to actually do this in the market, right? This is too way too early. I wouldn't even suggest that the market could be even doing something like this. But I wouldn't suggest this. But again, guys, it's only a possibility. Market could be doing something like that as well. Come to this trend line of here and then drop in. But we will first see what the market is in store when the market is alive tomorrow. So that's basically it that I have on gold, US30, and Nasdaq. So you guys can unmute you guys' mics if you guys want to ask me anything. Just a quick 5 minutes. Because yeah, that's it.
No questions from me. Thank you for the analysis.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. So I'm assuming that's it. Yeah.
Hello, also, it's Kanye.
Hello, hello.
I'm still in. Hello,
Hello.
do you hear me?
Yes, I can
Yes.
hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm saying I'm Kanye. I'm still in you, but